In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to create a Canva slideshow totally for free. So let's see how we can get started. First of all, let's start by signing in directly into Canva. I can totally recommend you to download out the application for more stability. Here into the upper side, let's sign in. If you don't have an account, just use an email as well as a passcode and you're good to go. Now let's go into our dashboard and let's go and focus into create a design. You can choose this button which says create a design, or to choose the option that says presentation. Both elements are totally okay. So if I go into create the presentation, this might be taking me directly into the editor of Canva. If you want something specific, then choose the option that says create a design, and here have the presentation section. Into the presentation section, we can see that we have a lot of templates that we can use for our convenience. I have brainstorm presentation, there are game presentations, there are even presentation for business elements, and you can click into see all to check out all the templates that can be used totally for free. If you have access to Canva Pro, you might be having to more than 10,000 pre-designed elements totally for free. So you have the link down below in the description if you want to try this out totally for free. So for this particular tutorial, let's try out with something really easy, for example this one. So I click on it and I go for customize my template. This one should be sending me directly into the editor of the Canva now. As you can see, we have 10 pre-designed slideshows that we can use for our design. If you wanted to use this only for one slideshow and you wanted to use different templates or create one on your own, then what you can do is just to select this slide, select everything and delete it, and you can start totally from scratch. If you wanted to use a template to replace the current that you're using, then focus into design. Into design, I'm going to head back, and here I have more templates that I can use. So for example, here it says search presentation template. Let's say that I go for business, and into business I have project management, I have some pitched deck, company profile, company presentation, and much more. Just clicked in there and you can see that there's all of this template created for you, and click the one that you like the most. So this one should be now making the replacement of the one that you're currently using. So as you can see, we have the pre-designed that were created in the very first part, we have the one that we have just selected, and the one that we're going to be doing manually. So in the one here, so this is the part where I wanted to design my slideshow. The slideshows can be helping you, of course, to make some quick presentations and quick animation. So for a slideshow directly into Canva, you're going to be generating something easier. For example, it says corporate presentation. Let's say that I wanted to present something about the best magazines. A magazine, blah blah blah. Down here we have the www.railgraysite.com. If you wanted to use another image, you can focus into upload your own image and put it right in here. Or you can just go directly into elements, and here into search elements you can type for example here magazine, and I focus into photos. Into photos I can choose one image to make the replacement of the current image that we are currently seeing. And in this case, I can change now the color of this square element. If I click wherever element I would like to edit, into the upper side you can see elements that we can use to edit the current element that we are seeing. So here I'm going to change this blue button for something much more attractive. That's it. I can even change to my fonts, the color, as I am editing my slideshows. Now, I am not going to be worrying about the transitions and the animations, but still, I'm going to show you how to do this manually. For example, just click into one element you would like to edit. In this case, here is this one. Now into the upper side, let's click into animate, and here have this fade element. Usually the templates already have their own animation, but you can change this if you want to. So here's my baseline, here's my breathe, here's the succession, drift, and much more. Now from changing from one slide into another, if you input your mouse just between one slide and another, automatically it's going to be popping up this section that says add page and add transition. If I hit into add transition, we can see that we have the transition between one slide and another. So I have the flow, here's the matched move, the circle wipe, the circle wipe, the slide, and much more. I'm going to focus into the automatic version at the late at the end of my slide. I'm going to focus now into what matters the most, which is my content. So I'm going to select my page number 1 because I don't want to see it, and delete my page. To organize yourself with all of the slideshows, I recommend you to click here where it says Create View. And to Create View, you can see all of your slides that you're currently using, and you can name this to understand which you are working on. So for example, this, into the part number 2, I can talk about the introduction. Now into part number 3, let's say that I go for my content, questions and answers. I'm gonna add some insights. I'm gonna go for conclusions, and lastly my references. So these 2 slideshows are not gonna be working for me. Let's go back into the cover, and this one is working now. Let's go back into introduction, and I'm gonna fill with the templates that I think are gonna be working for me. So questions and answers, for example, insights, put it in here. Conclusions should be something related like this, for example. And once you have your templates, you can start now to edit your content. Your colors, you can edit the titles, you can edit the information here, and even you can edit or delete the images that you're watching here. For example, here, just drag and drop. I can select this colors, changes for something more likely from the cover, and to make this look like I'm actually having everything in just one slide. So check out that this one actually didn't took me a lot. Before I finished with this process, I'm going to show you how we can change the background of one image. If you click into one background, I can just click into delete, and automatically it's not going to be there anymore. And if I go back into elements and I choose, for example, my subject, which is magazines, I can go for photos, and here can select one photo that I like the most, and here I'm going to use this to redrag it and to put it all my way into my slide, into the upper side, and there we go. Now click into position into the upper side, and this layer should be very at the back of it, like this. And lastly, to have exactly the same effect that was from the last post, from the last background, I'm going to choose these sections as transparency, and to going all my way back into 25%. And there we go. I have now the latest reference, conclusion, insight, question and answer, content, introduction, and cover. Now this is the fun and easiest part, the animation of my slideshow. If I click here into whatever element you want to, and I go for animate, instead of going for one animation one by one, I can click here into paste, and I have this magic animation. So instantly, all the animations and transitions will be applied into my entire design, into my entire pages, and I don't have to do anything but just selecting all the styles that I like the most. So I have the bold version, here's the elegant version, energetic, and much more. So if I choose elegant, for example, now I am ready to go. This is the part where you wanted to click into the play button to preview the entire slideshow that appears here and to present full screen. So here my slideshow can be now giving me access to the whole side of my slide, and every time I click in it, it's getting the great animation of each slide. So I hit now into next, I go for next. This interactive slideshow is one of the reasons we are using Canva every single time. So lastly, this is the part where I wanted now to download my content. Once again, if you're going to do some presentations, some slideshow, as I just did here, you might want to do this presentation inside Canva. And for that, you wanted to go into Show, and here you go for Public View Link. If I go for Public View Linked, every person who has this Public View Linked can have now access to this project and check it out. So I generate here my Canva section, and I copy this public content. If I open a new tab and I paste my URL, this one should be bringing me now inside the Canva design editor, and I have now access into this slideshow. And if I'm somebody else who's checking out this presentation, I can make reaction. For example, I can just emojis, I can add a lot of stuff, I can do magnifier, I can open a grid view, I can edit my document if I wanted to. There's a lot of stuff that I can use here for this presentation. If you're going to be doing a presentation by yourself, then you can just go directly into Show and go for Present. So I have Present Full Screen, Present Your View, Present and Record, and Autoplay. The presented record can be helping you to check out how it's actually going to be looking your quick game presentation. And here into the right side, you can add notes for your presentation. What is the actual length of your video? We can add magic some shortcuts. We can show the timer. We can show remote control. We can add a magic cursor. We can add a start play, and we can do so much more here into the slideshow. So it's totally up to you to figure it out which is the element you want to use for your presentation. And that, guys, is how we can actually create some slideshow here into Canva totally for free. Remember that there's a lot of things to cover and more elements that we can use using Canva Pro, so you have the link down below in the description if you want to try this out totally for free for the next 30 days. Thank you guys for watching the video, guys. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to this video to check out more tutorials like this. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. See you next time.